Even when we're prepared for the storm, we still have to endure it. This is Submerged. It's the Lily Factor! Ding! If you've been through your own set of storms, this illustration is for you. The idea behind this illustration started on a day where I was not feeling that great. And I had an idea for an illustration where a girl is dressed for a rainstorm, but is completely submerged in that storm. I definitely wanted to make it an illustration because I've been leaning more towards making illustrations that have a more connecting story behind them. And this was definitely an illustration I wanted to make. A couple days later, I'm feeling down in a rut, not motivated to do anything really, and I had this moment of realization that I'd felt this way before. A long time ago when I had pulled out of the 4th grade to become homeschooled in the middle of my 4th grade year. And it was a period of recovering from a difficult public school experience and slowly but surely learning that I wanted to become an animator. And during that time, my mom worked really hard to help me just get out of that depression I was in from being in school. And so she sat down with me one day and we just kind of talked about my journey and how things connected between my interests and what I'd been through and everything. And so we wrote it all out, just this chain of events that led to different things. And now thinking about how I'm going through something similar, I decided to find that notebook and read all that we wrote down. And one thing I read really stood out to me that said the best artwork came out of depression and boredom. And that's when I was like, oh, I know what I want to do today. I want to make this illustration. Because reading all these things that we wrote down, just talking about how the depression and the pain and everything led to these other really great things. It's easy to look at as a whole how things were going for me at that time and think, what is she really doing? But during that time, I know that I was actually developing an idea for a TV show that I still plan to make someday. And so to think about things like that and how these dwell times where it seems like no progress is being made and it's just like staring at a loading symbol going, when is it finally gonna be ready? That good things are brewing and are being developed. And so coming to this illustration was thinking about that story in mind, that the storm is gonna end. And the character is dressed for the storm. And yes, she's still submerged in this water, having to endure it. Her clothes are getting wet in spite of that poncho. But the storm will subside and new life will be revealed under that water. I decided to be very experimental with this piece. So initially the idea was not to be as loud and painterly as I ended up doing for the final product, but instead a simple drawing of a girl at a crosswalk submerged in this water in the storm. And I realized as I was drawing and trying to draw the crosswalk sign that I didn't really want it there anymore. And so I just focused on adding homes in the background and a bit of a road. There was not really an ugly stage to this painting because I just was very experimental with it in terms of just throwing whatever colors I felt inclined to add and just really playing with all the different colors and textures. And it was really freeing. During that time, a song got stuck in my head that I felt perfectly matched the illustration, which made me ready to turn this into a short video for Instagram to put that song with it. And I feel like that just even helped connect the story even more. Now here comes the finished product. Making this illustration and the short video that day really was encouraging for me that day. It kind of helped lift my spirits, and I hope more of that can happen. And hopefully the waters will soon subside. I'd like to thank you all for watching. May God bless you in your life and your art. Bye!